Quote, the science of today is the technology of tomorrow. It's an immense pleasure to invite you all for our national conference on recent advancement in our applied sciences. With the blessings of our founder chairman, late Dr. S.M. Venkatapati ji sir, and on behalf of the Department of Basic Science and Organizing Committee, we heartily welcome our young CEOs, Shri Mr. Pramod Gowda sir and Shri Mr. Rajiv Gowda sir. I also extend a warm welcome to all our dignitaries, our senior vice president, principal, vice principal, HODs, and my dear colleagues and students to our national conference. We begin the program with an invocation song with the quote, prayer is the song of the heart, it reaches the ears of God. Now I invite Pavitra ECE branch to have an invocation song.
श्री विघ्नेश्वरा विश्वसत्य सहकारा दिन ध्याना ओंकारा जगदाकार करुणा पूर्ण निगमागम सारा श्री विघ्नेश्वरा विश्वसत्य सहकारा शिव सन्निधानदा प्रमुखनु नीनु ಕರುಣಿದಾರೇರೋ ಶ್ರೀ ಗೌರಿಸೋರು ಆದ್ಯಂತ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲದವನೇ ಶರಣು ಶರಣು ನಮ್ಮ ಬಾಳ ಬೆಳಗುವ ನೀ ದಿವ್ಯವಾನು ಔದಾರ್ಯ ತೋರೋ ಸುಖ ಕಾಮಧೇನು ಕಂಬನಿದಾರಿ ಕೈ ಬಿಡದಂತೆ ಕನಿಕರಿಸೋಗಿ ಶ್ರೀ ವಿಘ್ನೇಶ್ವರ ವಿಶ್ವಸತ್ಯ ಸಹಕಾರ ದಿನ ಧ್ಯಾನ ಓಂಕಾರ ಜಗದಾಕಾರ ಕರುಣಾ ಪೂರ ನಿಗಮಾಗಮ ಸಾರ ಶ್ರೀ ವಿಘ್ನೇಶ್ವರ ವಿಶ್ವಸತ್ಯ ಸಹಕಾರ.
Thank you, Pavitra, for having Ganesha song. So it brings a charm to our program with the invocation song. Light is a symbol of brightness and prosperity as the sun expels the darkness of mind. Similarly, blessings brings our life prosperity and happiness. So any program will start with the one particular charm. So let us have a charm by lighting of the lamp line and floral tribute to our founder chairman. Now I request all the dignitaries, HODs to join the lighting of the lamp and floral tribute to our founder chairman, sir.
कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धि विनाशाय दीपज्योते नमोस्तुते दीपज्योते नमोस्तुते परब्रह्म दीपज्योते जनार्दनः दीपज्योते परब्रह्म दीपज्योते जनार्दनः दीपो हरतु मे पापम् सन्ध्यादीपनमोऽस्तुते शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम्.
Thank you, one and all. Now I request our first year coordinator, Dr. Manjunath sir, to welcome address our gather.
Good morning, one and all. Present over here. Enlightened social engineering is required to face situation that demands global action now. Education is a long-term solution. On behalf of East Point College of Engineering and Technology and Basic Science Department, I, Dr. Manjunath M., HOD of Chemistry Department and first year coordinator, extend a warm welcome to all of you present over here. First and foremost, I would like to take this opportunity to extend my sincere gratitude to founder chairman of East Point Group of Institutions, Dr. S.M. Venkatapati, for his idea of putting the foundation of an educational institution planted sapling is now grown as a large tree. I heartily welcome Honorable Chairperson Srimati B. L. Brahmadevi Venkatapati ma'am and our end dynamic CEOs Sri S.V. Pramod Gowda sir and Sri S.V. Rajiv Gowda sir in their absentia. I would also like to welcome Sri Peter Francis, Secretary, NG Charitable Trust in their absentia. However, they have conveyed their best wishes for our national conference. I feel privileged to welcome Chief Guest, Dr. Dinesh Rangappa, Professor, Chairperson, Academic Senate Member of Visvesvaraya Technological University. It's my immense pleasure to welcome Dr. Dinesh Rangappa sir for this national conference. Now, I would like to request Dr. Prakash sir, Senior Vice President, to hand over the bouquet to our Chief Guest. I feel honored to welcome our Senior Vice President, Dr. Prakash sir, who always motivates and encourages us to conduct such type of national conferences. We welcome you, sir. Now, I would like to request Dr. Maruti, HOD Physics Department, hand over the bouquet, sir. It's a moment of extreme pleasure to welcome Dr. Muthuja V. Latte sir, Principal, East Point College of Engineering and Technology, for their support. We welcome you, sir. Now I would like to request Dr. Yogesh sir to hand over the bouquet to our. I would like to extend my warm welcome to Dr. Yogesh sir, Vice Principal, East Point College of Engineering and Technology. Now I'll request Dr. Marthi sir to hand over the bouquet. I would like to extend my warm welcome to all HODs of EPCT and also faculty members, participants, and I would like to extend my entire welcome the entire faculty members of EPGA and also my dear students. I welcome you once again all to this national conference. Hope that you will have a great time. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Dr. Doriswamy sir to welcome our first year coordinator Dr. G. Manjunath sir for our national conference. To hand over the bouquet to him. Thank you, sir. Let us have a brief introduction of our today's chief guest, Dr. Dinesh Rangappa sir. He received his MSc and PhD in Environmental Science from the University of Mysore and Doctor of Engineering in the Material Science and Engineering from Tokyo Institute of Technology, Japan. He has pursued the postdoctoral research at the Institute of Multidisciplinary Research for Advanced Materials in Tokyo University and the National Institute of Advanced Industrial Science and Technology of Japan, and he has also worked as a senior scientist at ARCI Hyderabad. He has served as a special officer and PG coordinator at VTU, Bangalore region. He has also served as a founding professor in the Department of Nanotechnology and a program coordinator in the Department of Applied Science, VTU Muthinadi. Presently, he is a professor and chairman at the Department of Applied Science. This is his brief introduction. Now I will call our Dinesh sir to address the gathering.
Good morning, one and all. Respected dignitaries on the dais, Principal Dr. Mrityunjaya Datte, and my beloved friend Professor Prakash, Dr. Manjunath, and also Dr. Yogesh, other faculties and students. So I appreciate efforts of East Point College to organize this national conference on recent progress on applied sciences. So you are here today because of the progress in science and technology. And technology is nothing but the application of science. So if you consider in that way, there is a lot of progress in sciences. So most of the applied science starting from biotechnology, environmental science, material science, aerospace, whatever you take, most of the applied sciences are interdisciplinary in nature and they are driving the society in terms of development and other activities. Today we are having a comfortable life compared to our parents, our grandparents. That is all because of progress in science and technology, which is due to the applications of science. So in this regard, I appreciate the efforts from college to bring the latest development and provide the platform to discuss on the latest development in applied sciences and technologies. So I wish you all the best. So I'll be giving talk on same topic. So I will be giving more information there. So thank you very much for all your attention. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yes, as sir said, he is having one session today for us. So that is based on nanotechnology. So again, he'll explain very brief knowledge about his towards the nanotechnology. So I thank once again, sir. Now I request our Senior Vice President, Dr. Prakash, sir, to address the gathering.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, sir. Respected Dr. Dinesh Rangappa, my good friend, great researcher. I think I've been interacting for almost a decade now with him, who has exhaustively worked on nanotechnology. It's a great privilege and honor for us to host him at this conference. So thank you for your time, for being with us. Professor Latte, Mrityunjaya Latte, the principal, East Point College of Engineering and Technology. Dr. Yogesh, Vice Principal, East Point College of Engineering and Technology. Dr. Manjunath, first year coordinator, my dear HODs, colleagues, and my dearest students. Let me start with a quote like this. There is no technology without science. In fact, you take, I think Dinesh was telling about this. It's actually applied science. Technology is an applied science. All the applications which have been developed are the basic science. That's the reason till today basic science is very, very important. Either it is physics, chemistry, or maths, very important in engineering curriculum. Many move about designing any engineering applications. Unfortunately, sometimes we go out of track and we make some decisions, but still basic science becomes basic. Now, when I told this statement, I happen to see that if you see how many people know about what is your course, how many cores you have in your mobile phone processor, how many cores you have, anyone can tell you how many cores, which chip you have, Qualcomm chip? Exynos. How many cores? 8 cores, 2 raised to the power of 3, 8 cores. See, when Intel came out with dual core processor, first time it came with dual core processor. It was an astonishing for us when we as an academicians and when we were in industry, ಎರಡು ಕೋರ ಅಪ್ಪ ಅದೇಂಗೆ ಒಂದೇ chip ಅಲ್ಲಿ. Basically the philosophy was that when I have two cores I can have run concurrent applications. My God, how is it possible? Then now people are speaking about octa-core processor. 2 raised to the power of n cores with 8 cores. So that today, that's the reason today you can run concurrently many applications on your mobile phone. This is actually the innovation not of engineering, basically it's the innovation of your science. It's all about your chemistry, it's all about your physics. The processor is your nanotechnology. All this comes into the place there. In fact, I had a privilege, I think this was told by in the first year inauguration of our class when I was senior vice president of Qualcomm had come to this campus. We require people who understands fundamental of physics. Qualcomm recruits the people who understand fundamentals of physics. If they doesn't understand quantum physics, then what they'll understand about quantum computing, what they understand about quantum machine learning. So basic science, basic physics still prevails. And it is always necessary that we should still keep basic science, chemistry in the syllabus. Of course, we can have a different learning paths. So, my dear students, don't neglect. This is very, very important. Today, in case the number of innovations that has come out in basic science is actually from India. Lot of mathematics has come from India. I want to tell you, dear students, applications of even chemistry. I was not aware that so much of applications are there in pharma industry about applications of chemistry. There's a company, it's a pharma company which my son works now. Basically computer science folk, but doing a lot of work on the domain of chemistry. You know that his boss or the people who are working above him is leading, they take very high package than an engineer for working on core research of chemistry. Pharma industry is growing at such a higher pace, people thought that it's 70% of the pharma actually come from Chinese. If you go and see it out. Whether the quality of the drugs is good or not, but still they dominate the world. Tomorrow, the prediction says that India will be the bigger game changer in the pharma industry. World is steaming towards India that it will be the next big game changer for pharma industry. We produce so much of pharma companies. So, moral of the story is very clear that it's not only the engineers who actually make good payment, good packages. It's also the researchers who are actually doing in the basic research. So kindly have this intuition to not to neglect the basic science and only focus on core programming. We want you people to also focus on all these basic science subjects. Okay. Expect a lot of deliberations from this conference. Let some good outcome come out and good number of papers. What's the number of papers we have received, sir? 46. Good. 46 papers we have received. I think it's going to be published in one of the reputed journals. Thanks to all the first year coordinator and congratulating them for having this national conference. I wish you all the best. Thank you once again. All the best.
Thank you, sir. Now I request our principal, Dr. Mrutyunjaya sir, to address the gathering.
Good morning. I take the blessings of the Honorable Chairman of the BGF Group, today's program chief guest, Dinesh Nakappa, Ash, Yogesh, and Manjunath, all my faculty colleagues and dear students. Yes, this is the consecutive third national conference in the campus being conducted continuously. vibrant as far as the programs are concerned. And particularly today's program, today's conference is on the applied science, the advancements in applied science. So, Madam said in the very first speech, today's science is tomorrow's technology. So, for anything to see as a technology, a lot of people have to work at the ground level, and the basic science departments, particularly in the today's education system, that is the technology education system, have gained a lot of importance. For the last 15, 20 years or 25 years, if you see, the basic science was just considered to understand the physics and mathematics, and people used to take care of or concentrate on the coding or programming or whatever, say the development of the circuits, design and other things, technology and other things. But today, the comprehensive education system, the national education policy, is identified with our deep roots of the Indian education system. So the Gurukul system, wherein the branch does not matter, whether you are in a civil branch or mechanical branch or computer science branch, it does not make any importance unless you develop the necessary skills. As far as the job requirements are concerned, yes, you need to have a certificate for which the concerned syllabus will be there, but it is necessary that you need to know the subject in a better way. Particularly, Dr. Rangappa will be deliberating on nanoscience, where the materials are going to be a major role, material management or material design or understanding the material structure is going to be very important, and it has it is dominating in all fields of the engineering as well as the general requirements in the society. Yeah, applied science, the basic science department has made good efforts to see that such conferences are conducted. My small suggestion in this point is please continue to conduct the series of this national conference every year in a very systematic way, whatever the way you are conducting, very nice, neat. And the students should be benefited by this. A lot of discussion should happen, and definitely in the days to come, in engineering, in higher semesters also, you are going to see the science subjects. In higher semesters also, all these years we have seen that physics chemistry is restricted to only the first year or the first semester or the second semester. But definitely the necessity of understanding the basic science or the subject is very essential, and in the developed education system under national education policy, so these subjects are required to be studied thoroughly, and which will be considered in engineering education also at higher standards. So congratulations to the department and the deliberations of this conference. I strongly believe that it's going to create a new platform, and it will create interest among the students to work more on the required subjects or the required applications. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. As you said, we keep your words that with the support of your senior VP, sir, principal, vice principals, and all of our HODs, we see to that more number of conferences will happen in the next upcomings. Thank you once again, sir. Now I request our vice principal, Dr. Yogesh, sir, to address the gathering.
A very good morning. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನನ್ನ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರಗಳು. respected chief guest for the day, Dr. Dinesh Rangappa. It's an honor to have you on this occasion, sir. Thank you very much for your kind time. Respected senior vice president, my mentor, my guru, honorable principal, Professor Dr. Manjuna sir, head of the department, chemistry, and first year coordinator. At the outset, let me congratulate basic science. Basic science consists of maths, physics, and chemistry. Let me congratulate Doreswamy sir, Professor HOD Maths, Dr. Maruti, Professor HOD Physics, and Dr. Manjunath, Professor HOD Chemistry. Respected head of the departments, respected faculty members, and my dear student friends. Dear students, a national conference of this nature helps you to ignite your minds in a different angle. If you do remember, if you want to give a very good technological applications, you should be strong in basic science. See, one good example is, when initially we started with pages, maybe 2 decades back, we started the communication with pages. Do you remember? Some of you might be remembering it. Why that particular technology could not break the events? The reason is it could not reach the common people. Technology, if it wants to win the race, it should reach the common people. Do remember. In future, as a young generation, if you want to develop something, it should be a good cause for the society. Do remember. You should always think in this particular angle. That makes sense. And the second important thing is when you compare the pager with mobile phones, a common man without the technological knowledge, he can use that. All of you will agree with this, right? See, that's the reason why mobile got connected with most of the people. Still, technology is improving the mobile phone. The moral of the story is, you should design the technological models which is benefit for the common man and the society. If a technology benefit
Kindly give a big applause. We have received 46 papers for our conference, for all from the PCM streams and even from the multidisciplinary also. Thank you all. All the papers, all the research work papers are from our physics streams, chemistry streams, and even from the mathematics streams. Thank you, sir. Now we'll have the felicitation to our guest. I request all the HODs and our faculties to join. Thank you, sir. Now I request Dr. Maruti sir to have the vote of thanks.
Good morning to all the dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, and my dear students. First of all, I would like to thank our management for extending the facility to organize the functions like this. But I also welcome our senior vice president, who always encourages the department people to conduct more and more conferences. And in fact, he was the first one to start the international conference in 2018. And the trend was set in 2018, and regularly we are doing it. Thank you very much for your encouragement. I also welcome our principal, Dr. Rutanjaya sir, for his encouragement and for his time. And in fact, he had some assignment at 11 o'clock, but still he could make it. Thank you very much. I also welcome our Vice Principal, Dr. Yogesh. In fact, he is the person made all the department people to conduct this series of conferences. In fact, yesterday when we went to principal's office to invite him for the conference, then he said, how come this series of conferences in just a week? Then it was our vice principal's Yogesh's plan to have this kind of conferences continuously. Thank you very much. I thank my good friend Dr. Manjunath, who is the first year coordinator, in a short span with the support and cooperation of all my colleagues, Dr. Duraswamy and Dr. Rangas, Dr. Ravindra, and all my colleagues, we were able to conduct this. And in fact, we never expected this many number of papers for the conference. It's the first time we got more than 46 speakers for the conference. Thank you, all my colleagues. And very importantly, today's guest, Dinesh Rangappa sir, thank you for your time, sir. Though he is staying very far away from here, but he could make it. Thank you very much, sir. I also thank Professor Gayatri Madam for our time. Thank you, Vananda.
Thank you, sir. Now the session will move towards our keynote speaker. So I request all to join for our keynote speaker. Thank you.
ಇದು ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ಲೈವ್ ವೈಫೈ ಕ್ಯಾಮ್ರಾ ಅದು ಕ್ಯಾಮ್ರಾ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನಾವು ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು. ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲೇಜಿಂದ ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಕೊಂಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಆ ಲಿಂಕ್ನ ಅದ್ರ ಲಾಗಿನ್ ಐಡಿ ನಾನು ತಗೊಂಡು ಲಿಂಕ್ ಮಾತಾಡೋದು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡೋದು
for that. See, basically, I would like to have an interactive session so that I don't want somebody backside, they can chit chat and sleep. Okay. So I'll try to make it more interesting, starting from you only. You have already, see, one important thing I always stress and try to get your attention. For successful in your career, most important thing is not how much marks you score, right? And not the knowledge that you possess. What is the most important thing? Anybody? What is the most important thing in life? Money? Boyfriend, girlfriend? See, attitude. The most important thing in life for success, basically there is nothing like success or failure, right and wrong. It is all our perception, but still, as society believes in that, or you believe in that, right? Success or failure. In the life, we cross different phases of life, different stages of life, right? From childhood till teenage and youth, like different stages we pass. Then each stage we realize what is life. Okay, and to experience this life, in my opinion, definition for life is just it is an experience. Okay, you might have heard there are a lot of pressure because these days we undergo a lot of pressure, stress, tension. That all happens because we define our life in different way. Sometimes the way we perceive the life and the way we take the life, that itself creates pressure, right? So best way to handle all these things, take life is an experience. When life is an experience, everything is fair. No need to bother about success, failure, whether you get job or not. It is an experience. You experience it and enjoy it. Good experience, bad experience, everything will be useful in your life, right? So that way, education is an experience, right? Journey of education is an experience. Do you remember maybe your grandparents' age generation, maximum high school or PUC? My father was only SSLC pass, okay, and he had a lot of knowledge even till today. After becoming a professor, also I admire him for his knowledge because quality of education that we are getting in Gurukul system in early stage during 40s, 50s, 60s of our country, the education system was like almost like a Gurukul. ಹಳ್ಳಿ ಕಡೆ ಕೂಲಿ ಮಠ ಅಂತ ಇರೋದು ಓಕೆ ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಲಿ ಮಠ ಅನ್ನೋ ತರ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಟೀಚರ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಟೀಚ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಗುಡ್ ಆರ್ ಬ್ಯಾಡ್ unfortunately we started dividing into different disciplines and started making or developing specialists like computer engineer or mechanical engineer, civil engineer, then all started working isolated, right? One simple example I will give. We have our body, right? Very much live example, and everybody has experienced it. What all discipline we have in our body, any organism for that matter. Is body working isolated? No. There is a science, engineering, right? Mechanical engineering is there, electrical engineering, computer engineering, everything is there in our body. Have you thought about this? Question ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ the system which is very much with you only. ಈ ಬಾಡಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರ? ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಕಾಲೇಜಿಗೆ ಬಂದು ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಪ್ಪ, ಲಕ್ಷ ಲಕ್ಷ ಫೀಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಓದ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ, ಬಟ್ ನಿಮ್ ಮನೇಲೆ ಇರೋ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅಥವಾ ಲೈವ್ ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ರೋಟರಿ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನೀವು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಪೌಡರ್ ಹಾಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು, ಸೋಪ್ ಹಾಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು, ತಲೆ ಬಾಚ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಅಷ್ಟೇನಾ? Can you give some example? What is the mechanical system in your body? ಏನಿದೆ? Heart. Mechanical system, pumping. Pump. Then brain. Brain ಹೇಗೆ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? Computing system. Materials ಇದೆ. What all materials you have? See, just imagine we have a computer in our body, right? We have a high definition camera in our body, high strength materials in our body, right? And so perfect system, many filtration systems are there, many organs are there, okay? They are making our body self-sustained, and everything is happening at room temperature only, ambient condition. And we scientists and engineers, we are trying to develop something else without understanding what nature has already designed system, right? So recently, I think under NEP they have started biology for engineers. Understand why they have started biology for engineers? Because of this only. No need to learn many other things from science and technology. If you start learning from your own body, your own system, you drink water, how this water will be going through the body, and how minerals in the water, how these minerals are going to help, right? The concept na you tagondre, then same thing you can adapt. Plants, if you take whatever material, metals, all the metals, micronutrients, macronutrients, ನಮ್ಮ ಬಾಡಿಗೂ ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ, ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಸಿಯಂ, ಜಿಂಕ್, tin, iron, right? Mostly ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳಿರ್ತೀವಿ. See why I am telling, we have everything in our hand only, but we will be trying to look around. Science, technology, everything. We don't realize what we have. The most important thing for a researcher or a student is to understand and give importance to minor details. No need to go behind big things. If you observe small things, then that only make you perfect and make you realize the knowledge. Okay, acquire the knowledge and achieve the things. So actually the topic what they have taken, recent development or progress in applied science, is a very vast area. That is the reason I am able to connect you with your body to space or technology or whatever is possible, because that is such a vast area. And as I mentioned already, the life what we are leading today, that is all because of progress in applied science, progress in both science and technology. Technology is nothing but application of science, right? Just imagine you have an idea about our whole world, right? If you consider the whole world philosophically, if you consider, there are many things, galaxies is there, right? And just imagine, for example, Earth. Since you are on the Earth, you are not able to realize Earth. Whatever we see, we realize through theoretical assumption, right? And these days we are able to see Earth. Just for a moment, imagine that you are coming out of the Earth, going up, 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 and you are observing Earth from the top, right? You are observing Earth from the top, and you see that Earth is floating in this space, isn't it? अब तो पहले आपने देखा ना, all planetary systems, all stars, everything, they are in this space, isn't it? So what is binding them? If you try to understand all these things, there will be many things coming, both chemistry, physics, astrological science, but whatever you consider, everything we can put it in the form of one single word, it is a energy, right? Whole universe and all the organism, living thing, non-thing, living thing, everything is influenced by the different forms of energies. Even your body also. Everywhere energy, and for today's world, for economy or countries, whatever you consider, again same energy concept only or energy mafia only controlling whole world. So US made an agreement between Arab countries and had an agreement to exchange oil for dollars. So it became a mafia to control all the world. US is going to blackmail if you don't exchange your oil with dollars, then we are not going to give the oil, right? Again, energy. And latest entry is pharmacy, medical thing. So again, these are also controlling the world. Developed countries realize where is resources and exact things are available. Based on that, they are going to control the world, right? So if you consider 2000th century, 19th century, 2000th century, and 21st century, if you observe how science and technology development is going on, from the beginning, Indian scientists, mostly sages, they used to work in harmony with nature. They developed many technology that is in harmony with nature, right? So we had even Pushpak Viman, we had Ayurvedic, yoga, many technology, goldsmiths were there, everything was there. Mostly they realized, our ancient scientists, they realized importance of developing society or progressing society with the science and technology knowledge, which is again philosophically bonded. All our great scientists were philosophers, right? Since sages are philosophers, scientists, they developed our society. Though our society older than more than 5,000, 10,000 years, we never exploited our earth. All the development we did incompatible with nature. We never exploited. Just we gave leadership to Western countries, which took only 50 to 100 years to destroy our earth. Today we are having all the global warming challenges, problems, pollution, everything because of Western science and technology dominated over Eastern science and technology. Though they took adopted something from this, but whatever they developed, it is for non-compatible with nature. So most important, why I am bringing all this thing, Indian scientists, they work in multidisciplinary way and multidisciplinary approach. One guru was there, Dronacharya was there. He was teaching all kind of vidyas, writing, philosophy, and puja, all the things. That is what Gurukul system. And one or two gurus were there and they knew everything, right? So that is where interdisciplinary, multidisciplinary concept, and again it is coming back. And creating barriers as a different engineers or scientists is of no use. Presently, whatever technology, whether it is a computer science, biotechnology, aerospace, whatever latest discipline technology you consider, they are all being developed by group of scientists, not one or two person, or not or one or two discipline. It is a multidisciplinary, even including nanotechnology. It is a multidisciplinary. If you want to study space science and technology, Chandrayana, all these things, multidisciplinary team of researchers has to work together. And the latest is quantum computing. So not only software engineers, but physicists, chemists, and engineers all together, they are together and develop the concept. Okay, application. So that way, I'm trying to give today a glimpse of different types of materials and technology and their applications. You consider material science and engineering. Okay, some interdisciplinary science and technology. If you consider both science and engineering or science and technology will be together. You cannot separate material science and engineering. You cannot separate as a material science or material engineering. Similarly, computer science and engineering, right? So if you carry both together, then you will be able to learn and apply. Okay. Don't ever try to only apply things. Understand science, then try to apply. Understand science, then apply. Whatever discipline, then you will be able to achieve wonders and contribute to the development of the society. One unfortunate thing what we are observing in our society, do you know how many lakhs of engineers are graduating every year? Any idea? You engineers are every year graduating. How many competitors are there? The idea? Karnataka VT I think around 50,000, 60,000 engineers are joining to all the VT colleges, right? So it gives roughly about all over the country about 4 to 5 lakhs students are joining, are graduating, right? So imagine our country is producing nearly 8 to 10 lakhs of engineers every year, and these engineers are supposed to be the creamy layer of our society, right? I was telling attitude, right? Just imagine majority of you learning engineering only for the sake of job, isn't it? How many are studying or joined engineering course for the sake of serving the country? ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ. ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು? ಮನೆಯಿಂದ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು. ಮನೇಲಿ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳೋದು ಅಪ್ಪ ಅಮ್ಮ? ಹೆಂಗೋ ಓದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಒಂದು ಜಾಬ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ನಮ್ಮನ್ನ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಕ್ಕ ಅಣ್ಣ ತಮ್ಮನ್ನ ನನ್ನ ವಯಸ್ಸಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ರಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ನಾವು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿ ನಮ್ದು ಫೋಕಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಎಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಏನೇ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು we try to fetch a job and take care of our family, right? Country is investing a lot of money for that. The day you decide that you study not for you or your family, you study for developing country, then majority of your burden will be reduced. If you become broader in mind, and if your goals become bigger and bigger, the rate of success will be very high. if you consider our country as a family and trying to take care of the country development, maintenance of the country, contribution for the development of the country, definitely your family, your friend family, your village, many family, everything will be covered, right? So this kind of attitude, if you start developing with a intention for a bigger goal, higher goal, then you will be able to achieve your own goal also. So studying science and technology, understanding the latest progress and development, that will help you to have a right attitude for larger knowledge acquirement. Okay. So
ಆಡಿಯೋ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ?
about the applied sciences in terms of materials. Okay, how materials, nanomaterials, and their application for various different fields, electronics, aerospace, and biomedical field, and different applications. So today, normally I used to give introduction about nanotechnology and their application, concept of nanotechnology and all. But maybe today, because of shortage of time, I'm not going to cover because that itself take 1 or 2 hours. So I'll be going through the only applications, how we can go through. Okay. So this is the outline what I have prepared. So nanotechnology technology introduction, but not in detail because of time. I will skip. And nanomaterials for energy storage application, electronics, and different application I am going to have, and also biomedical applications. Okay. Before starting, I would like to introduce about. Can you switch off this light? I am going to show about a VTU Mudenali campus. So this is VTU campus at Mudenali. So you have heard about Saram Vishweswaraya, right? So it is exactly in the birthplace of Saram Vishweswaraya. Nandi Hills you might have heard, right? Exactly backside we have our Nandi Hill, and opposite we have Skandagiri, which is a very popular hiking spot in Karnataka. So these are facility nano center. We have a research center named Dr. Saram Vishweswaraya's Nanoscience and Technology. So we have all the facility for synthesis of nanomaterials, device fabrication, characterization facilities, electron microscopies, atomic force microscopy. These are some funded projects. We are from interdisciplinary background, we work for space, aerospace, mechanical engineering, biomedical applications, many things, battery, energy, and all these things. So these are some of the recognition awards for our students and our faculties. So we also offer international collaborative learning where we send or take students to Japan, Australia, and other countries for project work, internship, and other things. And we facilitate collaboration among the students also. Some of the students who are working at Japanese university laboratories, who are world-class universities in the uh, Japan. So, okay. So, what I would like to mention latest development in applied science, majorly because as I mentioned, it's a vast from space, rocket, everywhere we can travel when we discuss about applied science progress. As we are having a time frame to cover within some 30 minutes. I will be focusing mostly on nanomaterials, nanoscience technology, nanometer. So it is just next to the atomic size. Atomic size in sub-nanometer is atomic size. Okay. So you may be remembering what is the size of atoms, molecules. So next level is the nano size. So 1 to 100 nanometer size, whatever matter particles you consider, it is called nano materials. And if you manipulate materials at this size scale, then we call it as a nano technology. Okay. So here are some examples how these nanomaterials will be used in electronics application. You remember earlier during 90s we had a camera, big camera, and you might have seen Konica reels, right? Yeah, maybe your generation may not aware of this. In our when we are like you, we used to see these cameras, big cameras, Konica and different companies. They span only about 10, 15 years. Now there is no name of the country, okay, company. So these cameras were bigger in size. Today we are having cameras in our pocket, right? Earlier camera, if your parents were using, if you see those cameras, they are all bigger in size. That is mainly because of the critical technology there was the battery. Okay, so now we are able to get reduce the size of cells. Then we are having a smaller devices. So these are some examples of electronics. And you remember there were a CD earlier, and now we have a pen drive, even smaller pen drive. Now I am having one pen drive. Maybe it is in my bag. I think it is about 50 or 60 GB pen drive. I have very small pen drive. 50, 60 GB pen drive. Even 100 GB pen drive is there. Very small one. Okay. So this is all happening because of nanotechnology application in electronics, chip designing and all. You may be aware of, if you are reading papers, Government of India wanted for fab facility in India, semiconductor manufacturing facility in India. Presently, Government of India has announced 78,000 crores of rupees to establish semiconductor fab facility in India. VLSI design and electronics people, they will be having lot of scope and opportunity in future, because in India, under Make in India, Atmanirbhar Bharat, we are going to, because China now has lost the confidence of world, and India is going to get benefit of that, and Government of India is planning to start our Fab India facility. Okay, for that 78,000 crores were earmarked, and three companies came forward to establish this facility, and still they were not able to make. Do you know why? These companies, they invested, gathered all the financial resources, everything, and they were relying on some technology given by some foreign country. The technology is to fabricate 28 nanometer size chips. Okay. Now already people have developed 4 to 8 nanometer chip size. Technology has been developed at that level, but the rights of the technology is not there with India. And this company who came forward to start this facility or manufacturing facility, they decided for 28 nanometer size chip. Since they are relying on other countries, and that company people did not give the technology in right time, they were not able to start technology or manufacturing in India as of now. In spite of 78,000 crores of money, Government of India is supporting. Okay, so now you can understand what is the critical thing that you have to focus: developing the semiconductor technology or production in India. Okay, so there are several applications you can see in electronics, starting from computer and the chips. Okay, so many things, they have nanomaterials, they have applications in electronics, and even in biotechnology also there are a lot of applications. You can see there are some diabetic capsule. Okay, Nano Horizon is the company which is making humidity sensors based on the nanomaterial application, and also there is a small mass spectroscopy using nanotechnology they have developed to monitor in situ in our body the level of your sugar level, blood sugar level, many biochemical reactions that is going to signal about your body functioning or any disease coming. See, our breath, whatever you breathe out, that breath consists of several millions of molecules. If you analyze the breath properly, you will be able to identify many diseases, whether this person has the disease or not. Okay, such biochemical sensors are possible today, and many people have developed. And also, there is a technology based on nano technology only, catharites, that is going to be added to our art. You can remove the blockages through such a small nanotechnology based catharites and remove the black. So that way there are many such application, bandage with nanoparticles with the antibacterial, antiviral properties. You can use bandage with this coating, then you can cure the wounds. So like that, there are many applications of nanomaterials in biotechnology. And drug delivery, you might have heard. Maybe if you these days, if you hear, number of people dying due to cancer are very less compared to people who are dying before. Because these days we have a concept of drug delivery. And earlier, cancer treatment causing lot of side effects, whether it is a chemotherapy or any other therapy, lot of side effects, because the drugs they are giving for cancer, treating the cancer cells, was reaching all the other cells also and creating side effects. But today, because of nanomaterials, nanotechnology, they are using nanoparticles as a carrier and put drug molecules on that, and specifically targeted cancer cells they are giving. Here you can see the idea is like you have a nanoparticle as a carrier, you can see here, okay, and you put a drug on this, you design this nanoparticle, putting drug on the surface, then you can administer this drug because you have a some molecules which directly target on the cancer cell molecule, then you can administer and it will go on the reach the targeted cell. If you want a brain, if you have a brain cancer, then you can administer drug only to brain. So similarly, any organs if you consider, you can administer drug directly. It is called targeted drug delivery using nanomaterials. So similarly, there are several consumer applications. So we have a lot of applications, textile or rubber industry and cosmetic industry, whatever you take, using nanomaterials improves the optical property, electrical property, electronics property, okay, and mechanical property. So because of that, we have plenty of applications. So presently already we have all these thing products in market which are using nanomaterials. You remember presently there is a technology where nanoparticles are used to remove bacteria and virus in the filter of water. Okay. Similarly, lot of such technologies are being used. Okay. Next, about Nobel Prize in Chemistry, recently given to scientists who developed lithium-ion battery. Okay. So Dr. John Goodenough, just I think a few weeks before he died, he was 98 years old. When he got the Nobel Award, he was 96-year-old. Okay, so and there is a Whittingham, Stanley Whittingham, and these two from US, and he is a Japanese scientist who was working at Sony. So these people are given Nobel Prize for developing lithium-ion battery. I will tell you this beautiful story of lithium-ion battery development. First, Stanley Whittingham. See, you know all that there is a battery. Battery consists of cathode, anode, in between electrolyte. Here you can see this Stanley Whittingham he developed titanium disulfide as a cathode and lithium metal as an anode. Okay, so this lithium ion battery was having a problem because this lithium is a metal that easily get oxidized. Okay, if you get exposed to air, it will easily get oxidized. So for that reason, this technology was not successful. Later, Dr. John Goodenough, he replaced that titanium sulfide with cobalt oxide. Cathode he replaced, developed a new material. Then he developed this technology. Later, this Japanese scientist, what he did, he keep that lithium cobalt oxide cathode and anode he replaced with carbon, graphite, conductive carbon he used. So lithium cobalt oxide as a cathode, lithium graphite as an anode. Then this technology become perfect and he made a device. He was working at Sony, then Sony introduced lithium ion battery in 1991. Since then, Sony was able to develop lot of battery and this battery technology became a critical in developing or miniaturizing many electronic gadgets. Okay. And okay. Next concept in renewable energy. See, battery people have developed and battery application you all know. Starting from consumer electronics and today we are focusing battery application in electric vehicles. So renewable energy concept came. This is all because of progress in our applied science only. So renewable energy, solar cell, wind energy. If you consider all these things, there is a concept developed by scientists based on the progress in applied basic science. Then applications engineers they develop. Okay, for example, windmill and solar cells still developed by physicists, chemists. Okay, so whatever they develop this technology, if you want to exploit the renewable energy, then again you need to depend on battery, which is electrochemical storage device. Okay, then if you want to exploit renewable energy and supply to the consumer society, then you need to have this concept of using a battery, solar cell, you generate energy, then store in the battery, connect it into grid, either you connect to industry, even in wind energy also, you store energy in battery, then connect to industry or household. So this is the future smart society concept based on the battery technology or solar cell technology development. And lithium ion battery for electric vehicle application, you all know. Remember, in India, electric vehicles concept recently developed and realizing, and it may not last for another 20 years. Battery technology we are all focusing, but it may be lost in another 20 years. Petroleum cars, diesel cars, electric vehicles. Next future is fuel cell. That is hydrogen technology. So hydrogen technology is going to rule our world, and lithium ion technology is going to vanish coming another 2-3 decades. Okay. So this battery technology we can have different applications starting from consumer electronics and bikes and even electric vehicles. Only thing people are considering to develop both energy density and power. So they control both energy density and power to tune the application depending on the requirement. Okay. So another important the materials which is of importance is graphene. See, nanomaterials, I said, now two-dimensional nanomaterials are becoming very popular, and graphene is one such a two-dimensional nanomaterials, which is very popular because of its electrical, electronics, and optical properties and high surface area. It is basically thin atomic layer where carbon atoms are hexagonally arrange and form a sheet of carbon. If you say carbon sheet means it is a monolayer sheet means it is a graphene and it is a wonder material. It has a lot of application. So you can make this material by taking graphite and separate because graphite is a layer structure material. You can separate this graphite into individual layers and that will looks like this. And this material can be used for various applications. Okay. Okay. Here you can see this is graphite, three-dimensional material. Same graphite, if you separate these layers, then it becomes two-dimensional graphene. And if you fold it, then it becomes one-dimensional carbon nanotube. And if you fold it in all the dimension, then it will become zero-dimension fullerenes. All these material become wonderful material because of all the unique properties, remarkable properties. And similarly, like graphene, carbon-based material, most of the materials, if you are able to control their size in nanoscale level, then you can make different nanosheets of material, metal oxides, for example. Here there are different metal oxides. Now we can develop this metal oxide in the sheet-like form. Sheet means it is a nano level. Okay, 1 or 2 atomic size thickness. For example, here you can see there is a manganese oxide, titanium dioxide, titanium niobate, calcium niobate. These are all single layer sheet, maybe about 0.45 nanometer in thickness. Okay, so they have wonderful properties, very rich in electronic qualities, and also they can be used for developing several nano devices. So this is example of manganese oxide, and under atomic force microscopy, you can see the mono layer of a manganese oxide, titanium dioxide, and calcium niobium oxide. Okay. Here, the idea concept presently starting with developing a nano materials of two-dimensional material. Then people now started. I showed graphene nanosheet, right? Metal oxide nanosheet. Similarly, metal sulfides, metal nitrides, or carbon nitrides, aluminum nitrides, this kind of materials are there. Now, people are trying to make sandwich of different materials. Graphene and metal oxide sheet and metal sulfide sheet. Like that, if you make a layers of these different nanosheets, then it is called van der Waals materials because they are separated by van der Waals force. Then you can have a different concept of making a van der Waals devices. Okay, so this is additionally latest development based on the science development in the science. Now people are developing a different technology based on these van der Waals structures. And this is about making how self-assembling and arranging these materials into different layers and using different layers of materials in between adding other material. All this to tune the properties of material, electrical property, electronics property, optical properties. So this kind of material development and application will be useful for technological applications. Next, nanomaterials application in environmental engineering. You consider titanium dioxide, which is a photocatalyst, semiconductor photocatalyst. So this material can be used for self maintenance of the structures. Titanium dioxide as a photocatalyst. If you add this material in paint, photocatalyst is going to self clean the surface of wall or glasses. So this is that concept, and you can add this titanium dioxide in cement so that the walls can be self clean. And carbon nanotube is another example. If you add small amount of carbon nanotube in your cement or concrete, it is going to improve 30-40% of strength of your structure. And nano clay particles, which are useful for catalytic applications and also as an adsorbent, removal of pollutants and other things. And here you can see there are different kinds of application of these nanomaterials, nanotechnology, environmental applications, starting from antibacterial property. We can have a gas sensing property, wastewater treatment, biological sensor, and photo degradation, magnetic properties, and adsorbents. So all these things, properties can be used to control the or treat the our environmental pollution. So these are some example of different type of materials: iron oxide, zinc oxide, titanium dioxide, the carbon material, carbon nanotube, metal nanoparticles, magnetic nanoparticles, and quantum dots. So these are all can be used for different properties that you can see in the right side. This is another example as an adsorbent how these nanomaterials can be used to remove the pollutants in heavy metals or organic pollutants from the wastewater. And another concept, if you use nanoparticles, magnetic nanoparticles after wastewater treatment, then you can collect that catalyst back and use it for different applications. This is multifunctional nanoparticles, magnetic nanoparticles, where there will be core magnetic material coated with the silica on the surface. This is called core shell structure, and that can be used for functionalization of different properties for environmental cleaning applications. So similarly, there is a graphene for biomedical applications, for even photothermal therapy, photodynamic therapy, biosensor. Graphene has a good biosensor properties, and also it can be used for drug delivery. So several applications you can see, and latest is nanomaterials as enzymes. You know, our in body, most of the biochemical property or functions are controlled by enzymes, right? Instead of using artificial enzymes, now people are thinking to use nanoparticle as a enzyme. So through that antioxidant property, scavenging radicals, all these applications people are trying, and it is nanoparticle as a enzymes, nanozymes. They are giving property for anti-aging. Okay, so this kind of development have been observed or reported. These are the different nanoparticles as an enzymes which imitate peroxidase or DNase enzyme activities in body. Okay, these are some nano enzymes for glucose substrate, glucose oxidase enzymes property imitating iron oxide as a nanozymes people have used, and similarly, for a recent COVID application, there was a lot of nanotechnology, nanomaterial based solutions were proposed and applied. For example, we all know that nanomaterials have all the different properties. And for example, here you can see COVID we tackled by protecting our hands, nose, eyes, and other things because the virus was entering through all these nodes, right? So for that thing, people have used nanoparticles as a alternative disinfection protocols, where mask was coated with some nanoparticles, silver and other nanoparticles, which has antiviral properties. So virus that came in contact with our nose or something was prevented there only, then it was killed there only. So that way, people, and also, you know how COVID virus was spreading. If you touch the door with the infected hand, virus in hand, then it was contaminating and going to other people. So nanomaterials, people applied this one. Nanomaterials, antibacterial viral nanomaterials, they coated on the surface, rails and hand doors and other things. So later, people were able to control that disease. So, and also there are different nanoparticles application for handling the COVID virus, and successfully they developed. In India also some IITs and even VTU and some other places they put nanoparticles for even our personal protection units, and they were successfully controlled. Even COVID sensors, nanoparticles for suppression of biomolecules to whatever COVID testing kit was there. No, in that people used nanoparticles, gold nanoparticles, which was separating COVID virus isolation. So that all people have developed, and one company, there is Cambrian Bio. We developed them for iron oxide nanoparticles for this protein and DNA suppression, and we helped them. And though it was a startup company, they made several crores because of this technology. So similarly, IIT Kanpur also developed some mask and other things. Okay, and some nano material based sensors people have developed, and okay. So this is about already I informed nature's way. In the beginning I covered how nature has a the master nature has mastered in different concept and developed technology, including our body, so our eyes and other things. This will come under biology for engineers. So this is the latest concept. Natural leaves, they produce their food, right? Similarly, using semiconductor nanoparticles that generate electron absorbing light, then act as a catalyst to split water into hydrogen and oxygen. So presently, government of India has given 19,000 crores to develop green hydrogen. Green hydrogen means it should be developed by without any pollution. Gray hydrogen means if you make hydrogen from petroleum product, separate on hydrogen, then it is a gray. Blue means partially green, and completely green means you have to generate hydrogen by splitting water, either electrolysis or photocatalysis. So this is how some devices people have developed, and artificial leaves for extracting solar energy, not only for electricity, also for different applications. So this is another example of bionic leaf. Okay, and if you consider nature, ecolocation to navigate, so there are some you can see some kind of fishes and uh, bats. They use this echolocation based on the vibration. They find the direction. So this concept people have taken and developed different sensors for blind people and other things. So this kind of applications have been developed based on the basic concept of science. Okay, so lotus leaf effect, it is very important for self-cleaning surfaces. You know, lotus leaf in mud, right? But it will be never get dirty. That is because of on the surface of the lotus surface there will be small scales. Any water, and that is hydrophobic in nature. Water comes on that will form a drop, and it will be rolling and coming down. So that kind of concept people have developed for self-cleaning surfaces on the buildings. Okay, and very latest people are trying to develop our electrical grid based on the water circulation network on the leaves. See, it is a very beautiful technology that nature has mastered, because from the root till several feet height, several meter height, it will pump the water, right? If you want to pump water from your what do you call sump to maybe 20-meter or 30-meter height, how much energy we are going to consume, right? So plants are having a technology, it is a self-sustained. You are not going to apply any electrical power. It is pumping liters of water till the several meter height. That is through capillary reactions, and that is going to reach all the part of plants till the leaves without anything. See here, this is the network. In this network, normally what we expect, if you want to supply something, it is a direct, right? But nature has no such design. Nature always have this kind of complicated designs. That is because there is only one channel. If something happens here, then supply of water will be stopped. But if you have a multiple network channel, even one place damaged, but other place, other network, water will be flowing. So similarly, this concept people have considered for electric grid connections. If one connection is problem damaged, then electrical supply will be continuous through different applications. This is what another concept. So with this, I'd like to summarize that many fundamental basic science concepts have been developed and applied for our society for making our life easy. And very latest is energy, health sector, environmental sector, and aerospace sector, where most of our science concepts have been applied and developed as a technology for making our life easy. So once again, thank you very much for your kind attention.
Uh, Good morning, students. Really a wonderful lecturer about nanotechnology. Maybe you gain a lot of knowledge from nanotechnology. Nowadays, nanotechnology is there. Without technology, we cannot survive. Everywhere nanotechnology is there. It is a vast field. Our guest, Dr. Rangappa sir, explained a lot of things about nanotechnology. Even today, I know about what technology it is there. Basically, I'm a math professor, but I'm keen interest on nanotechnology. See, even mathematical peoples, they prepare mathematical modeling about this technology, and they submit so many papers on nanotechnology. So, on the behalf of East Point College of Engineering and Technology, I thanks to Dr. Rangappa sir and your patience. I thanks to all the students gathering here. So once again, thanks to our basic science department. Thank you all.
Students, we'll leave for the tea and snacks. Thank you. And even our faculty is also joined for the tea and snacks.
Can we have a photo, please?